Welcome to our channel, where we summarize movies in a way that saves you time and gives you a quick and easy understanding of the plot, characters, and themes. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and let us take you on a journey through the world of cinema. Today we will be telling you the story of this Indian Gujarati language psychological horror movie called Vash. The movie starts with a mysterious man catching a mouse and taking it home and making something of a meal out of it. Then the scene changes to a college girl Arya leaving for her home with her boyfriend from her college. But then we see her father Atharv has come to pick her up. On the way back home, Arya tries to convince Atharv to go on a trip from her college. She tries hard to convince her dad Atharv, who is seen as not agreeing to the trip. Later, when the whole family is seen having a meal together, we see that Atharv has agreed for Arya to go on the college trip, but on one condition. She has to keep her phone location on always. The next day we see the family heading toward their farmhouse for the weekend. Arya's family consists of Atharv, her mother Bina, and her younger sibling Ansh. On the way, they stop at a small hotel and the family gets ready to eat. When the food arrives, Arya complains that her food is very oily and refuses to eat. The family decides to have a cup of tea and Atharv heads to the hotel counter to order as the hotel has only self-service. On ordering, the receptionist asks for change for the cash Atharv gave him. Atharv doesn't have change and is helped by a stranger who is sitting nearby at the counter. Now Atharv comes back to his table and is about to eat with the family when the stranger suddenly joins them and starts fraternizing with them. Since he had helped Atharv out, Atharv also doesn't mind it and allows the stranger to sit with them and fraternize. The stranger is seemingly very funny and the family is also happy to have him along. He starts getting along with Arya and asks her why she is not eating her food. Arya responds by saying that the food is too oily to eat. To this, he gives her a choice and gives her some sugar, and asks her whether she would like to have this or the food from the hotel. Arya eats the sugar and it is seen that this has suddenly brought some change to her demeanor. Now the stranger tells her to eat food and shockingly Arya, who was making a fuss about the oiliness of the food, starts eating it as even though it is visible she doesn't like it. The family doesn't mind and proceeds to leave the hotel. On their way to the car, Atharv inquires about the stranger who reveals that his name is Pratap. Pratap now gives a small snack pack to Arya for the journey. The family takes leave of Pratap and it is seen that Arya has finished the snack pack. Now the family moves into the farmhouse and are seen to be having a nice time with each other. After some time, Bina sees Pratap at the gate of their farmhouse, which she finds weird. So she tells about this to Atharv, who goes towards the gate to meet Pratap. Pratap, on questioning by Atharv, reveals that his vehicle has suddenly stopped working and he also is not able to see anyone due to network unavailability. He says that he would like to make a call to his daughter who can come and pick him up from his farmhouse nearby. Atharv brings him inside the home to help him and asks him to sit down on the couch. While Atharv goes upstairs to grab his phone and Bina is making coffee for him, it is seen that Pratap is sitting in the drawing hall and seemingly keeping a keen eye on Arya. Atharv now comes down and hands his phone to Pratap to dial his daughter's number, but for some reason, the call does not get connected. Now when Atharv and Bina are busy upstairs with some work, Arya comes into the hall and Pratap again starts talking to her. And now she keeps on answering all the questions that Pratap asks her, even those which she shouldn't be telling a stranger. She even tells Pratap about her relationship with her boyfriend, whom her parents had forbidden her to keep a relationship with, and yet she had pursued a secret relationship with and kept it a secret from her family. During their conversation, Ansh was playing with a ball, which was repeatedly coming toward the hall. Getting annoyed with this, Pratap tells Arya to slap Ansh. Arya, seemingly without thinking, just goes and slaps Ansh very hard. It is seen that she is feeling very guilty about what she did but doesn't understand why she did it at Pratap's command. Hearing the commotion, Bina and Atharv come downstairs and start reprimanding Arya for slapping Ansh. Now it is seen that the family is about to have dinner and Pratap is still at the house. During the dinner, she is seen to be doing whatever Pratap tells her. Here it is also seen that he has told Arya to end her relationship with her boyfriend and she immediately calls him and breaks up with him. Arya seems to be in Pratap's control as the girl who didn't listen to her parents' advice broke up with her boyfriend without a slight hesitation at a stranger's request. Seeing the interaction between Pratap and Arya, Atharv starts getting apprehensions and asks Pratap to leave. To this, Pratap blatantly says that he is not leaving anywhere till he gets what he wants. Atharv on hearing this gets angry and starts pushing him out of the house. Pratap suddenly commands Arya to stop her father and she comes in between her father and Pratap. When her mother starts reprimanding her, she responds rudely and boldly, not normal for her character. It seems as if she is hellbent on keeping Pratap at home. To show the extent of his control over Arya to the family, Pratap tells Arya to have tea leaves and she obeys his command without a slight hesitation and fully eats the tea leaves. To demonstrate more, he tells her to laugh and cry both at his command, and she does this too to the family's shock. In a more dramatic scene, Pratap tells her to slap her father Atharv and she does it even though her emotions show that she is not doing this to her will. Now Bina, to her shock, understands that Pratap has gotten some sort of control over her daughter's mind. Pratap is seen going towards the sofa and sitting very calmly. He tells Arya to stand beside him and the family to sit in front of him. He gains more control over the whole situation when he orders Arya to cut all the phone lines and remove all the phones in the house so the family can't contact anyone. After Arya does as he said, Bina and Atharv ask him to give their daughter back to them, to which Pratap, callously, tells the family that he wants their daughter to come with him and wants the family to give her to him. He also reminds them that he can take her without their consent or however he wants. But he wants them to give her to him with consent. The reason for this is that in the future her attachment to them can diminish his control over her time, and therefore he doesn't want her to be reminded of them in the future. Now Pratap orders Arya to massage his legs and the girl starts doing it without any waver. This time it looks as if the poor girl doesn't have any control over her body and she is just a puppet of the evil man. The family repeatedly starts pleading with Pratap to leave her, which does not have any effect on Pratap, but Arya starts displaying sadness when she sees her mother and father cry. Here Pratap orders her to smile and Arya does this even though she doesn't want to. The family is seen repeatedly pleading to Pratap to let go of Arya, to which Pratap responds that he is not going to leave her and that he loves it when people are pleading with him. He is seen enjoying the misery of the whole situation. Now we see Ansh, who was in his room till now, coming into the hall, and Pratap sends Arya towards him, to which Bina immediately makes him sit beside her to protect him. Pratap suddenly kicks Arya for stopping her massage on his leg and Atharv angrily responds to this by beating Pratap. But he is again protected by Arya on his command, and Pratap gets revenge by making Arya slam her brother's head on the stairs. In the next scene, Bina and Atharv are with Ansh in his room. Ansh has had a severe injury on his head from the slamming and requires immediate medical care. The parents decide that they need Pratap's permission to get to the hospital. On searching his room for medical supplies, they also find Ansh's phone. Bina now goes down to the hall to ask Pratap's permission. Here we also see that Arya, although saddened by the whole situation, is busy serving Pratap rather than helping her injured brother. Pratap gets annoyed with Bina's repeated pleas and orders Arya to grab a knife and kill her parents and her brother if they come near him now. Hearing the pleas of his wife, Atharv comes downstairs and asks Pratap for forgiveness, but Pratap doesn't accept this. He demands that Atharv bow down to him and place his head on the floor to get his forgiveness. To save his kids, Atharv agrees to it. This doesn't have any impact on Pratap and he changes the condition by saying that they can save their boy, but in the process, they have to give away Arya to him. The whole time he is seen enjoying the misery of Arya's parents. To taunt the parents more, Pratap orders Arya to dance and she starts dancing with full vigor till the battery of the Bluetooth speaker playing the music discharges. She gets thirsty due to the intense dance and is about to be given water by Bina when Pratap forbids it. Listening to his command, she immediately throws the water away even though she is parched. Things seem to be getting really ugly now. Pratap commands her to guard her while he is sleeping and she stands nearby him as per his command. Bina tells Atharv about this and Atharv finds this as an opportunity to gain control of the situation. As he goes near Pratap to subdue him, he is warned by Arya to not come near Pratap. She warns him that she will be forced to kill him if he comes near Pratap. It is also seen that Pratap's control is so strong on Arya that she hasn't moved from her place and has, sadly, even peed on the floor. Seeing his daughter's condition, Atharv breaks down and goes back. Pratap now wakes up and tells them to get new clothes for Arya as she has peed in her shorts. Bina requests him to allow Arya to go to the washroom so that she can change her clothes. But Pratap disagrees with her request as he doesn't want her to get away from his sight and tells her that Arya will change her clothes right here. Bina pleads with him to not make Arya do this, but he commands her. Arya immediately starts doing this and Bina tries to stop her but is met with aggression from her. Due to this, Bina gets scared and steps back. Since she doesn't have any choice, Bina brings clothes for Arya and she changes her clothes right there. As the misery of the family wasn't enough, Pratap orders Arya to kill her younger brother. Hearing this, the parents are shocked and try to reason with Pratap. But he just tells them that they have 5 minutes to hide Anch and after that Arya will pursue her order. Since they don't have any choice, the parents try to hide their son in the best way possible. Meanwhile, it is seen that Pratap is telling Arya that her sibling is her enemy and she should kill him. He keeps on telling her many things which are seen impacting her and making her angrier and angrier. Finally, she starts behaving like an out-of-control animal with bloodlust and starts searching for her brother to kill him. She goes upstairs in her search and meets Bina and Atharv, who have locked the door and have kept the key inside the room. Now Arya starts hitting the door to open it and Pratap, hearing the commotion, comes up to check. Arya takes a table and starts banging on the door while Pratap tells her parents to go downstairs. The door opens but it seems that Anch is not in the room. Arya gets madder and she starts roaming around the whole house searching for him. Downstairs it is seen that Pratap is threatening Bina and Atharv and also giving various instructions to Arya. Suddenly Anch's screams are heard and Arya finds him. She is about to kill him when Bina and Atharv stop her. This is a futile attempt as she subdues them and is seen going after Anch. Anch, scared and helpless, runs for his life and the chase between him and his sister leads them to the terrace. Here Arya catches hold of him and throws him down the house. The worried parents come down immediately and see that Anch is gravely injured and not dead. Pratap now comes to them and gives them a choice. Atharv begs Pratap to let him take Anch to the hospital. Pratap responds by giving them a choice. He can allow them to leave with their son but they would have to willingly donate their daughter. They agree to Pratap's demands. Arya is seen to be saddened but helpless with the entire ordeal. Pratap finally takes her with him. As they leave, Bina is seen taking Anch to the hospital and Atharv goes inside the house to grab some things and Anch's phone, which was actually Atharv's second phone. The live sharing which they discussed during their breakfast helps him to track where Pratap is taking his daughter. In the next scene we see Pratap taking Arya to his house, which actually looks like a prison. It is also seen that Pratap has hypnotized various women and they are living in this place as his slaves. This suggests that he has been doing this for a long time and with various families. His latest slave is Arya and he introduces her to the other girls. Meanwhile, Atharv reaches the location but unknown to him, Pratap has placed some women as guards who inform him of Atharv. On Pratap's command, all these women and girls attack Atharv like animals and injure him to the point he is gravely injured and is brought in front of Pratap. Pratap now proudly boasts about his doings, but suddenly we see Atharv getting up and shoving Arya's ears with a pair of broken scissors to avoid making her hear anything, thus protecting her from Pratap's commands. It's now Pratap's time to get shocked as we see Atharv pounding Pratap to the floor, making him unconscious for a while. In the next shocking scene, we see Pratap getting up to Atharv, ripping his tongue out to make him avoid giving any commands to the girls. The scene changes to the start of the film where we find that the man who was catching the rat was Atharv. Atharv is seen going into the room where Pratap is seen in a helpless situation. Atharv is seen feeding him the dead rat as a form of torture and taunting him just like the way he did to him. Now he is seen attending to Arya, who is seen in a vegetative state as she is still in control of Pratap and cannot hear anything, which has led her to her condition. It is also seen that Bina and Anch also died the same night from a car crash and Atharv and Arya are the sole surviving members of the family now. The movie ends in a tragic end for the family but yet a satisfying end for Pratap.